I was just in so much pain that getting up out of bed was difficult, and my headaches had gotten so bad that my senses were heightened, and I had to wear sunglasses and earplugs to school to get through the classes without feeling like I had to stand outside because I was in so much pain.
I kept saying to the doctors, I don't think she's going to make it. And they kept telling me that I was crazy and that there was nothing wrong with her and that she was fine and that it was all in her head and she was making it up. But I knew that wasn't the truth, and I knew I had to fight for her.
I was in so much pain, and that I was always nauseous and always throwing up. And they sort of decided that I must be making it up for attention, or because I wanted the medications and I hated taking the medications. I didn't want to take any of it. And it was so frustrating for me to be in all this pain and really not feeling well. And having someone tell me that it's all in my head and that it's not really real. It's a really hard thing to hear someone say that when you know. And you know how much pain you're in, and you know how hard it is for you, and it's like, how can you tell me what I'm feeling? Because you're not inside my body, and it was really hard to deal with.
As a mother, it's really horrible to watch your daughter in that kind of pain and know that there's really nothing that you can do for her, and to know that there's nothing that the doctors can do to make her better except for give her a lot of narcotics that just made her sicker. The more narcotics they gave her, the more sick she'd get, the more she started to lose the ability to use her arms and her legs. Her legs would just go out from underneath her. She'd just drop things. It was ruining her life.
Even though they were telling me that it was all in my head, I went and saw 3 different psychiatrists, and they all told me that it wasn't. I obviously was mentally healthy and it wasn't in my head, and they said that I acted like a regular, normal teenage person, and they actually expected me to be more depressed and have less hope than I did for someone my age, going through so much and being so sick. After the therapists and psychologists gave me a clear bill of health mentally, and we gave their assessments to the doctors still were deciding that it was all in my head.
For me, there was never a point where I believed that she wasn't sick, because I could see it in her eyes.
I never actually thought of killing myself. I wondered, what's the point of being here, because I was really sick, and my parents were always really frustrated because there was no one was having a cure or a definitive response, and so they were always frustrated. And I know they weren't angry with me, but sometimes I felt that way, and it felt like it was all my fault.
And being, a psychotherapist, I know when someone